I've spent the last year wondering if I ever really knew my best friend. We'd been friends since we were 10 years old. Same school. Same football team. Same university. When my parents divorced, his family practically adopted me. When his dad passed away, I stood beside him through every funeral arrangement. If someone had asked who I'd trust with my life, I'd have said him without thinking. His name was Tyler. Mine's Ben. For almost 25 years, everyone referred to us as brothers. So when Tyler got engaged to his girlfriend, Sophie, I wasn't surprised when he called me one night and asked, "Will you be my best man?" I didn't even let him finish the sentence. I said yes immediately. He laughed and said, "I knew you would." Honestly, I was excited. I'd always imagined we'd stand beside each other at our weddings. It felt like another milestone we'd reach together. Or so I thought. The first few months were normal. I helped organize the bachelor weekend. I met with vendors. I even spent several weekends helping Tyler renovate the house he and Sophie had just bought. Whenever he needed something, I was there. Every spare weekend. Every late-night phone call. Every emergency. Looking back, I think he knew exactly how loyal I was. And he used it. About 3 months before the wedding, something strange happened. Tyler accidentally forwarded me an email. He quickly texted afterwards saying, "Ignore that. Wrong person." I wasn't trying to snoop, but the email preview had already appeared on my phone. It was a seating chart. Curious, I opened it. Mostly because I wanted to see where I'd be sitting with the bridal party. Except, I couldn't find my name. I searched again. Nothing. No Ben. No surname. Nothing. At first I figured it was an older draft. Maybe unfinished. When I asked Tyler later that night, he laughed awkwardly. "Oh, that's not the final version." Fair enough. I believed him. Until the following weekend. We were helping set up decorations at the venue when one of Sophie's bridesmaids casually asked me, "So, are you excited to finally meet everyone at the rehearsal dinner?" I frowned. "What rehearsal dinner?" She looked confused. "The one next Friday." I stared at her. Nobody had mentioned any rehearsal dinner. She immediately changed the subject. But I couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. That evening I texted Tyler. He replied 2 hours later. "Small family thing. Nothing important." Again, I believed him. I wish I hadn't. A few weeks later Sophie called me unexpectedly. She sounded nervous. She asked if Tyler was with me. I said no. Then she asked something bizarre. "Have you ordered your suit yet?" I laughed. "I already picked it up weeks ago." Silence. Then she quietly said, "Tyler told me you said you couldn't afford one." I genuinely thought she'd mix me up with someone else. Couldn't afford one? I'd already paid for everything. Bachelor party. Accommodation. Suit. Gift. Everything. Sophie apologized repeatedly before hanging up. My stomach sank. Why would Tyler lie about something so pointless? Over the next few days, tiny inconsistencies started appearing everywhere. Friends mentioned events I hadn't been invited to. Group chats I'd somehow been removed from. Planning meetings nobody told me about. I wasn't just being left out. I was being quietly erased. I finally confronted Tyler. He acted offended. Said I was overthinking things. Blamed wedding stress. Then hugged me before leaving. Looking back, that hug feels fake now. Everything unraveled 2 days before the wedding. One of the groomsmen accidentally added me to a private planning chat. Within seconds I realized I wasn't supposed to be there. Hundreds of messages. Months worth. People discussing seating. Accommodation. Timelines. Then I saw it. Tyler had written, "Don't mention anything to Ben yet." Someone replied, "Is he still your best man?" Tyler answered, "No. I changed it months ago." Another message appeared. "Then why does he keep helping?" Tyler replied, "Because if I tell him now he'll stop doing everything." I honestly couldn't breathe. I kept scrolling. It got worse. Tyler had replaced me with his future brother-in-law nearly 4 months earlier. Everyone knew. Everyone except me. He kept calling me his best man because I was organizing everything for free. Venue setup. Bachelor party. Transport. Decorations. Even the wedding slideshow. Once all the work was finished, he planned to tell me I was just a guest. Except, I wasn't even a guest. There wasn't a seat for me. No invitation. Nothing. He planned to thank me. After the wedding. As if that somehow made it okay. I didn't confront him. Not immediately. Instead, I quietly left every group chat. Cancelled every booking I'd personally made. The shuttle buses. The photo booth. The late-night catering. The musician I'd hired as a surprise gift. Everything booked under my name. Legally. Professionally. Politely. Then I emailed each vendor explaining I was no longer involved. Every booking was cancelled. The wedding day arrived. Apparently chaos started almost immediately. Half the decorations never arrived. Guests had no transport from the hotel. The surprise musician disappeared. Late-night food was missing. The photo booth never showed. Tyler spent most of the reception arguing with vendors who insisted the organizer had cancelled everything. Technically, they were right. Because I had. I never attended. Instead, I took my parents out for dinner. Halfway through dessert my phone started exploding. Calls. Texts. Voicemails. Tyler screaming. Sophie crying. His mother demanding explanations. I ignored every single one. The following morning Tyler arrived at my apartment. He looked exhausted. He kept saying, "You embarrassed me." I stared at him for a few seconds before asking, "Was I invited?" Silence. "Were you ever going to tell me?" More silence. Finally he admitted the truth. Sophie wanted her brother as best man. Tyler didn't know how to tell me. So instead, he kept pretending. Because it was easier. Easier for him. Not for me. I closed the door. That was 11 months ago. We haven't spoken since. Ironically, Sophie reached out a few weeks later. She apologized. Apparently she'd assumed I knew. She had no idea Tyler had kept me in the dark while I organized half the wedding. Last I heard, their marriage isn't going particularly well. Turns out someone willing to manipulate his oldest friend isn't exactly a great communicator at home either. Funny how karma works. Sometimes it doesn't arrive dramatically. Sometimes, it simply lets people reveal exactly who they are. And once you've seen that, there's no going back.